Okay. All right, we're recording now. So I'm sorry, we're already 5 minutes in, so we're going to make this really quick. We have several people talking tonight, and we just want to get on real quick and recap and share what we experienced at convention. If you weren't able to go to convention, it breaks my heart. I will never, mark my word, from this day forward, ever, not, like, if you're in my faith and you're on my team and you're building a business, we're going to do whatever it takes to get you to convention. Because this year, every year has been amazing, without a doubt, but this year was beyond. It was over the top. There is no way to describe it. And even though you're going to hear us share all the things that we're going to share today, it's still not the same. Like, there's just no way to describe what we experienced at convention this year. It was absolutely incredible. So we have a lot of different things we're going to talk about, and we're just going to try to touch on just several of us that were there to try to share just a little bit of what we experienced or what we took away from it. And that way you get a whole bunch of different personalities, and you get to hear from a lot of different people that maybe have been in the business for a few years or have been in the business for just, just a little while. And it was their first convention or their second or their third or their fourth. And that's one big thing about, having a team. And one thing that I walked away from this convention is just walking away with an even more incredible freedom to be who I am, and to express myself as who I am and share with my team and be confident, because we are all so different and we all just have so many things to complement each other with so many strengths, and that's what makes us a team. So I'm really excited about this meeting, and just so we can kind of just share with you whatever we can so that you understand what's going on, because this is a big deal. And if you don't have a notepad and a pen, get it, because you might not get as much nitty-gritty detail as you would like tonight, but there'll be more to come. But we're going to run over the basics so you know where to start, because when they warned us. They said, so with the big reveal, we have to do this before, because we have so much. We can't fit it all into convention. We have to start now. We have to get prepared with now what we have. Then we have everything with convention, and we have more coming after. So if that doesn't get you excited, because at convention, I'm like, are you kidding me? And it was like never ending, ever. Like, we were like kids. I mean, it's just absolute giddy. This cannot even possibly be happening right now. So let's see, does anybody want to volunteer first? Or Denise, I see you smiling, you're in the corner. She's like, ah. So just unmute yourself and I'll just let you start.
How dare you pick me first?
I seen your pretty face like right away. I'm like, I'm picking her.
Oh, I just barely made it back to my house. We're moving my son today, and it was like, oh, I pray I can get done so I can hurry up and get back on this call, because we did a small, this is exciting, 95 people on this call. Wow, you guys, the momentum is there. This gives me cold chills. It's so exciting. We did a small call. I've been in network marketing for 21 years, and I started when my son was a baby. I kind of dabbled in it here and there, and I've only been with Plexus, I don't know, maybe a little over a year and a half. And so I've been to a lot of conventions. My husband calls them pep rallies. And I told him, I said, no, you just have to be there. You have to be there and to experience it. So I was so glad that I had a small group with me, and we just really was all like in awe. Convention was huge for me. I got to take my daughter, who actually just signed up as an ambassador yesterday. And she was like, Mom, I want to do this. She says, I've got to do this. And so I'm just thrilled that this is something she wants to do with me. And, all the takeaways, the excitement, 13,000 people. I've never been to Vegas. And I was a little I don't do well. I have a little fear of flying. I'm not the best one to get on an airplane. So it was really stepping out of my comfort zone and a challenge for me. And I absolutely was so glad that I did it. It was just so much excitement, and the takeaways. I had so many different little takeaways. I know last night we each talked about a little part of it, and my part was I was really impressed with the all the speakers. There was so much I was impressed with, but I love the new Consistency Club. Consistency Club 700 will help you win cash to get to convention next year. So really, there's no excuse not to be there. With the Consistency Club 700, you can end up having $950 cash in your pocket. I am a big, huge Les Brown fan. I'm one to have my phone before I get in the shower or whatever I might be doing. I have my phone usually on a video of Les Brown. So get to be able to experience him in person. Oh my gosh, it was like the biggest blessing for me because I just love Les Brown. And my daughter, of course, being someone that was 17, at the time, she's 18 now, but she was really attracted to Carrie Wilkerson. So it just showed you how multiple personalities and people will click with different things. At the breakout session, I got to go to the Senior Ruby session, and I got to be trained by Celeste Gwen, Lynn Allen, and Sheila Medea. Wow. All I can say is wow. I took so many notes. Call, I think shortly, but I just took away so much from those three speakers. There was such great information. I absolutely loved it. And of course, the title of our convention was Believe. So just believing that you can do this and, sharing it with others. And I'm also a huge Kelly Clarkson fan. So the Kelly Clarkson concert was also a big highlight for me. And it was just amazing. So just being able to share that with everybody and meeting everybody on the team was awesome. And I really enjoyed it. So Plexus rocks. Lori, are you still there?
Okay.
There you are.
I'm on a different computer, so I'm trying to find the unmute and all this stuff. That's awesome. One of the things too, we always call convention is like a family reunion. One of the things about Facebook, and when you're working with the team, you feel like you already know all these people on your team. And so when you see them in person, it's just like, you've already been over to their house like 10 times and spent time with them. So it's just really special to be able to spend a little bit of time with them. Although they keep us running, like run, and busy through convention, but you actually get to see everybody's faces and experience the energy and the excitement with convention. Sarah, where are you at, girlie?
Who, me next?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I said I don't know. I just try to prepare myself not to get emotional every time that there's a huge group of people together that are all focused on the same thing. We're part of something so much bigger than us and so much bigger than Showme. And whenever you come together and there's 12,000 people, you're like, I'm not crazy. This is not just some side gig. This is not just something I want to believe is huge, but it is so much bigger than we even realized in the beginning. But believe, I've said it from day one. That's the only difference in the people from the top and the people that have just started is the belief system that they have in themselves. If you weren't raised to believe in yourself, and if you weren't raised with a great support, that's why personal growth and development is so important, because you have to believe in yourself and you have to believe what God says about you, because that is the ultimate truth. And it is about belief. It is all about belief and the incredible back office that is coming for us. Guys, we made it. It's like we endured. And because we endured, we get the top of everything now. The new back office is, oh my gosh, it is exquisite. exquisite is what it is. And for all of us that don't know how to do Excel spreadsheets, we're not going to have to try to figure out and project our points anymore. We're going to be able to push a button and see exactly where our points are at last month, where they're going to come from this next month, and then what we have to do to obtain our next goal. Golly, Leaders Retreat, I can't wait to be with all of you guys at Leaders Retreat. That's an amazing time. The Aspire, Lexi, I am so excited about her because I am the most unorganized person in the world. I have everything written down, except the only thing is it's not all written down in the same spot. So Lexi keep me organized. And it's a tax deduction, so it's like less than $10 a month in the quarter. I'm really excited. It's like a fresh start. It's like 2013 all over again for me and Kevin. I mean, it's just with a new formula of Slim, with a gut health, the things that we've all known for so long, and now it's like, it's public. I mean, they're doing commercials without advertising for us. So if we just learn how to educate our audience about why they need our products, it's going to be incredible. I'm excited. There's nowhere to go but up from here. So,
yeah, I think if you were at convention, excitement doesn't even begin to describe it. Thera and Jamie and Kara all came over to my house last night, and Thera didn't leave. It was like 12:30. I about died when I looked at the clock whenever you left. But we came over to do something specific, but we never even got to that point because it was like we were just in this place of, I don't even know. It was just absolutely incredible, sharing our experiences and reconnecting with the vision and where we're going as a team, and it was absolutely awesome. I have, let's see, Mary Ann, are you on here? I know Mary Ann was going to share a little bit about the products, the new products with us.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yay!
Okay, I'm here. I'm Mary Ann. I'm super excited to be here. I just love and admire all of you, so I'm just like nervous that I get to do this. It's exciting. I consider like Nina Gomez, our product guru, and Michelle Santiago has done all those trainings, and Leanna Riley has this like amazing testimony, and Shirley Colella is like this phenomenal presenter, and I'm like, oh, I'm freaking out. Okay, convention, oh my gosh, amazing. I have not been able to sleep. I'm just like running on plexus because, I mean, I've just been blown away. What they did with products, it is so cool. The concept is amazing. It's so easy to just understand and to do. Basically, they have developed Weed, Seed, Feed, Protect. That's what we're doing with our gut and with our bodies. So Triplex is still like our number one very important combo to do. And that's where we start off with the weed, where we're weeding out the bad in our gut. So get rid of the bad actors. Eliminate sugar, gluten, and processed foods. So use Probio 5. That is still our Mac Daddy. He is still super, super important. You want to take Probio 5 every night. So use Probio 5, which helps keep intestinal yeast in balance. So it's very important that we keep our gut in balance. And then, and that's with the antifungal in there. And then you take BioCleanse, which helps cleanse the GI system and remove harmful microbes. So these two are still vital, okay? Vital, that is the weed part of the system. And then we seed. So Vital Biome, boom, brand new product. This is the new guy. Everything that went into creating this was phenomenal, mind-blowing. I got it all on video. I'll try to post that and Showme because I recorded everything that Cynthia Latham told us, and it was amazing. All the studies she talked about, even the packaging, why this is important. No moisture, like they designed this. So many studies went into this, 8 strains. This was basically formulated. It is a probiotic, but you take it in the morning with Slim, and this is the seed part of Weed, Seed, Feed, and Protect. And so this is replenish the good guys. Probiotics help rebalance your gut microbiome. Probiotics help inhibit growth of bad microbes. Keep reseeding. So if you use one of these in the morning with your Slim, your putting the good seeds, you're helping the good bacteria in the gut, furthermore keeping it balanced. And the big thing that they did with Vital Biome is they took a special formulation of these important probiotics, which help to reduce stress and anxiety, and they help to elevate mood. So this is the happiness part of our health and happiness company. They want us to be healthy. They want us to be happy. They want us to feel good. And they stressed multiple times that like 30 days, you're going to see a difference. So they said, write down how you're feeling on day 1 and keep a journal. Like they said, you'll be able to track this in 30 days. So I thought that was very exciting. And then Slim is the feed, superfood for good guys. Okay, so good microbes flourish with prebiotics, the Slim. So our new Slim, which was reformulated, is delicious. It tastes like watermelon. It's so, so good. I love it. It is so refreshing, and it's just gorgeous. Even this packaging is important too. They took out the window. There's no window now like the old Slim. That is to keep this stuff fresh. Okay, so reseal your bag. Keep this stuff good and fresh. Good microbes flourish with prebiotics, the Slim. Benefits start in just a few days. Keep feeding, as benefits can disappear in just a week. Cindy Latham also talked about antibiotics and about sugars and red meats and processed foods and how they can quickly destroy our good microbiome and good microbes in our gut. So how important it is that we are proactive. So we are got to be proactive about our microbiome and keeping our gut healthy and in balance. So it's something that we can do every day, because every single day, bad factors are attacking the gut and building up that candida and getting us out of balance. So all this keeps us in balance. The very last is protect. So weed, seed, feed, protect, reduce harmful compounds. Red and processed meats create harmful compounds in your gut. Polyphenols, very important, help reduce production of harmful compounds in the gut. I did not get my vitamin. I'm telling you guys, Plexus store was the bomb.com. I went and bought tons of stuff. And the next time I went around, the third time I went back around, the line was still so cray. So I didn't get my vitamin, but I'm getting it. You better believe it. Cindy Latham told us all about the vitamin. I mean, she was so excited about this vitamin. She was like, I could go on and on about this vitamin. She told us that the reformulation of X Factor, now called X Factor Plus, has more than double of the vitamins and nutrients that the regular X Factor had. And if you've already been using X Factor, that right there should blow your mind. It blows my mind. And what she said about the polyphenol blend that they use, there's clinical studies to back up. She stood on that stage and said multiple times that this is the best vitamin, bar none, on the market today. And they are dead serious about that. Our polyphenol blend, there's not any other one out there like it, any other brand like it that helps good bacteria, good gut health. So you're not just taking a multi, this is also another vitamin to protect your gut and to keep the gut in balance. There was, one of them helps with the hot flashes. Is that the Vital Biome, or is it the X Factor Plus? It was the X Factor Plus, I believe, with the hot flashes. Okay, so I can tell you from personal experience as a female, I'm not at the hot flash stage. However, I do the other stuff and way better life experience here on a month-to-month basis just by X Factor. X Factor Plus, I am so excited to get that vitamin, so excited. You guys do your triplex, get Vital Biome, X Factor Plus, the 4 products. Amazing, amazing. I'm doing what I need to do right now, like the best possible I can do for my future life. I'm excited and I love it. I also have a video, Ame Darling. Ame Darling took the stage after Cindy Latham, after Cindy talked about all these products and she was so amazing. Then Ame Darling gets on the stage. And even though Ame Darling is a master nutritionist and could break all this down to a science for you, she just came out and was like, please just share your story and tell people what you love about Plexus. You don't have to know these ingredients and all this scientific stuff. She was like, it's you. You know, what is going on for you in your health and in your life and in your body and what's good for you. She was like, that's how you share and tell your friends and family about Plexus, why you love it. And she was just so awesome. They both loved it. I can post both those videos. I've got it all.
That would be great. I know that several of us I tried to record in like 3-minute increments and like post, but still it's just like, that would be perfect, you know, just to let everybody experience anything that they possibly can so they can see and be so confident with what we have, because it is really just absolutely amazing and top of the top of the top. I mean, everything. Thank you so much, Marianne. That was awesome. We have, okay, I know Shirley wants to jump on, and then several of your team. We have Brian and Nikki and Kristen. I don't know if Jackie's on here, but Shirley's going to touch a little bit on some things she wants to, and then some of all of them that traveled together and over there in Ohio. And what Shirley's in Colorado now, so, but she officially started in Ohio.
Yes. Hi, guys. That was awesome, Marianne. I actually picked up on more from your explanation, I think, because all the craziness and you're trying to take pictures the whole time, I think I missed a lot. So that was awesome. Okay, so I was going to share a little bit about, I went to the Gold training, and Jen Hawkins, Helen McFadden, and Michelle Thomas did that training together. It was awesome. So some of the things that I really took away from it, we obviously know we have incredible, incredible products, but the way that we deliver these products is really important. So the social media presence was something that really stood out to me. And they talked first, before even getting into the social media presence, is your attitude. So they talked about, are you building people up or are you tearing people down? And when I go through these, they weren't just talking about on social media. They were just saying in everyday encounters with people, you know, friends, family, coworkers, just any, you know, any kind of function you're at. Do you build people up or tear them down? Do you feel energized? Do people feel energized or drained after being around you? Are you looking to connect with people? And attitude, what is the attitude of those you want to attract? And are you focusing on what you can control or you cannot control? So, you know, it kind of first starts in your home, I guess, and how you're treating others. And, you know, this health and happiness isn't just online, you know, and that was something that really resonated with me, because I want to be the person I am online, at home, and, you know, throughout the community, everywhere. So I thought that they really touched on just being an overall good, you know, being a good person and being that person that attracts others because they want to be the good in the world. So then they started talking about the social media presence. So just a couple of things that they touched on with that. Are your posts in alignment with a health company? So are you showing that you're living a healthy lifestyle? Sure, we all post pictures of our junk food with our block, which is great. But are you constantly talking about, you know, how tired you are, or, you know, that you've been sick and this and that? Those things aren't a healthy lifestyle. So those are things I was like, yeah, you're right. You know, I'm saying how wonderful these things are. And if I'm talking about all the bad and how sick I am and, you know, all the bad food I'm eating, you know, that people are going to not take me serious. Let's see. And then, are your posts in alignment with being a successful person? So, you know, you don't want to be posting about how maybe you got fired or how you can't make your rent, or, you know, sure, we all may be struggling with things where none of us are perfect. We are all human. But we don't want to portray that we're not successful. We want people to come along with us on this amazing opportunity. If we're talking about how bad our life is, nobody's going to want to follow that, right? And then, who do we want to attract? We want to attract positive, happy, hardworking, dedicated people. So we have to be that. And I just love that they just talked about being that in the world, just being that light in the world, not just on Facebook, because that's just a tiny glimpse of your whole being. So I loved that. And then just, you know, as everybody's kind of touched on, it was incredible. The energy, I mean, it's insane. I mean, you have to be there to understand, and just being around all those people that are excited and happy, and it's just amazing. So that is my little take on it.
Thank you so much.
I think that was it.
Yeah,
that was it. Just that there were some, you know, really heart-wrenching stories that we heard the first day. I think we all left there like we were uplifted, but at the same time, it was heart-wrenching, a lot of it. And we had, all these people had some major adversity in their life and just how they overcome it. And they're just surrounded by this community. And I've been involved with different things throughout my life, but just these cheerleaders around you is just incredible. So everybody needs to be a part of this.
See, that was just a glimpse, and Kristen knows too, a glimpse of the emotional things that we were put through that first day. I'm already like tears swelling up in my eyes.
For sure. This was my first convention. I'm Kristen. And can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. And it reminded me of something I went to, like I grew up in church. So it reminded me of like a revival or like a convention that you go to for youth group or whatever. It was crazy insane. Like I had tears in my eyes in the first 2 minutes. Like no one was even talking, just the music, the cheering, the presence. It was amazing. So I would say, same like what you said, Lori, there should be no excuse not to go. Like there just shouldn't be, because if you want to go anywhere in this business, you have to put yourself in that situation. And the reason it was just amazing. Every part of it was amazing. But one thing that just I've been in it almost a year, but one thing that stood out to me was, obviously it was called Believe, but someone said hope brings us to the business, but it's belief that keeps us there. And when I heard it, like hope does, like we hope we can feel better, so that's why we take the products, or we hope we can make a little bit of money so we can go on vacation, so we join the business. We hope we can be a good team leader. But then it's when we actually believe those things is when you're going to see your team unfold. You're building a team, you're getting more customers when you can actually believe. And sometimes it's hard to grasp my mind around that, because you think like, I believe the products work, but like, do you believe the products work? Like in your heart, like to your toes, do you believe? Because if you can take think about something that you believe in with all of your heart, no matter what it is, no one can persuade you otherwise. And so if we believe in ourselves, in the products, in the opportunity so much that nobody can persuade us otherwise, when we get those naysayers or we get those messages of people that are negative, we're going to be able to like let that roll right off of us, because we're going to be like, you know what? They don't know what I got. And so we believe so much. So one thing that we did in the goal training was personal growth. And I know like our team leaders say it over and over and over, and you think, like how important is it? But it's seriously important. If you think your business isn't growing, if you're stagnant in your business, ask yourself, like, are you investing in yourself? Because when you do that, you get fired up. And so like the convention, invest in yourself, like figure out how to get there, but you will grow and you will be able to take this excitement and like leap off like the first day when you started Plexus. And then the other thing, the products, believe in the products. So if you don't think you know enough about the products, then start studying them, start like learning about the products, believe that they work, talk to people on your team that take like a certain product if you're not taking it, and figure out why. Like believe it to your toes. I guess that's all I can say, because when you believe it so much, then when you get the negative people, you won't really care what they say. You're like, okay, well, and that's what the Barefoot CEO said. If they aren't paying my bills, if they're not raising my kids, if they're not waking up with me and showering with me, I don't care. Like, and not the I don't care, like, the flippant I don't care, but just like, It doesn't matter. I don't care. So just being my first convention, it was amazing. There's so much to take away. All of the tools that they gave us, I feel like I haven't had enough time to use them all. Like that's how, there's so much that you can do right now. If you say you're not busy in your day, then you haven't dug in deep enough yet, because there's so much to do, with everything. But I think the thing that gets me is the belief. If you don't believe in the products, like wholeheartedly, you're going to see that you're stagnant when everyone else is growing. So you need to build your belief in yourself, the products, and how good we got it. Because I've never done network marketing, and I've worked in a place where you weren't around this excitement or the belief in what you do. And so this is just completely amazing to me to be able to be a part of this opportunity, and nothing's shaken me. So if you didn't go to convention, you missed out, and we'll try to fill you in, but you got to be there next year. Like there's no excuse. Start saving now, but there's no excuse because it was amazing. So
That's
That's
awesome.
all.
Exactly. I just want to add that on to exactly what Kristen said. We can try to convey to you what we learned and what we experienced, but unless you actually feel it for yourself, it's not, it doesn't do it justice. And actually, in putting yourself back about 6 months into business when you forfeit events.
Yes. And one thing that I wanted to touch on too, what Kristen said about belief. And I know that several of us that have been with this company for a long time, especially the core right here of, Thera and Jamie and Kara and me and Greg and all of us that started like 4 years ago, our belief has been unshakable from day one. And that was because we know how Plexus came to us. But when we're expressing and we're pushing and we're sharing and we're going and we're going and we're going, rather whatever's coming against us, I think it was Charles that said sometimes like we will believe in you so much until you believe in yourself. And that's like, we know that we can do that because we're so strong. And that goes along with your customers and your ambassadors, with everything, because when you have that type of belief, you're able to have that conversation and cover any objectives that they may have. And even if it's not the right time with them, that's fine, because your confidence is so high, they're going to continue to respect you and watch you, and there'll be a time when they're swinging back. And believe me, this last week, there's been a lot swinging back. So that's really super awesome. Is Nikki or Brian on here?
Yeah, we are. Brian, you can go first because I know you have to get up at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, the road's calling. So listen, for me, nothing could have prepared me for convention. It was absolutely amazing. Les Brown was amazing. Believe was a perfect title for the convention. Les Brown saying you have a dream. That was a big thing for me. His motivation and the love and the support from all the women of Plexus that showed me that during the convention is what really sparked me when I got home to really hit the bricks and start running my business and doing things to prepare me to move forward. Hitting the gym, joining the 30-day boot camp, ready to go, dragging Nikki along with me every day. The products that they overwhelmed us with at convention was amazing. And I say overwhelming because I'm still going through notes, videos, everything, trying to catch back up. And Lexi is my new best friend, by the way. And so a lot of the time, for me, I didn't have my phone up, a lot of time looking at stuff. I was trying to soak it all in and be there in the moment. Mm-hmm. So I think that might have made it a little bit harder for me to put everything together when I got home. It's taken me probably more days than everybody else, but I love it. And like I said, the love and support from you ladies to us, a handful of man ambassadors are on here tonight. I surely appreciate it. And thanks for all the motivation and all the support. And I can't wait till next year.
Oh, I can't wait either. It was absolutely fantastic meeting you in person, Brian. But like I said, I felt like I already knew you and already talked with, I've already met you in person, but meeting you again, getting to spend some real time with you.
Right. I had a great time. All the ladies were great. Loved it.
And overwhelming is not don't even, I talked to Barb today and I said, boy, it takes a lot to get me overwhelmed, but whoa, I'm still processing, trying to process, decipher, go through it was incredible.
I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row. That's what I'm trying to do. Lining up all that information is crazy.
I have to say one thing about Brian. He has not been in the gym for 20 years, and he is on day 2 of being in the gym. And yes, I'm going with him, and I'm loving it. And it's just crazy. He's working hard, and my mom and my sister, he came home and they're literally my sister's in high school. She's not even 18 yet. And she FaceTimed me the night he got home and literally talked to me about Plexus for an hour. And she's 17. And she's like, Dad's so excited, and Dad's gonna train Mom every night, and like just saying all this stuff. Like, so like I know he's excited, but like for me to be able to see his excitement and him going for the first time, it's pretty cool.
Oh, her excitement is out of control. As soon as I got home, we were sitting there talking, and she was taking stuff out of my suitcase for me. It's so cute. She couldn't wait for her daddy to get home. And she's like, Dad, I turned 18 in 6.5 months. I'm ready for Plexus.
What's really funny is when I first started Plexus, I told her that she don't need to go to college because she's just going to be on my team. And I remember her getting mad and saying, Mom, Nikki's telling me I don't have to go to college. And now she wants to join the Plexus team. I love it.
She sees the fire. She sees the dream.
Yes. So I just kind of wanted to back up. I missed a little bit because I had to mute my video to go get Courtney, so I might be repeating what some of you said. So if I do, sorry. But I just wanted to back up the belief again. One thing that I really took away, and I can't remember who was saying it. You guys probably, I'm not good with names. I know it was a lady, one of the ladies. One of the famous ladies that were there was talking about, like, we literally like feed our own beliefs. Like if we say we can't do something, we probably won't. But if we tell ourselves that we can, we will. And some of the things that she said was like, we tell ourselves like, oh, I'm the person that's always late, or I'm not good with people. What will they say about me? Somebody's going to make fun of me. Like those are all like not real things. They're just things that we feed ourselves. Like they're not things that like we have reason to think that. It's what we tell ourselves. They're just not serving us. And the girl that kept saying, stop it, that's the girl. And she was just saying like, call your own bull. Like, what if your belief is wrong? Obviously it probably is, and excuses are lies and nobody believes it but you. But your biggest obstacle is you, and you are your own stop sign. Because your beliefs that have become your truth are wrong, but you can fix it. And then she went on to talk about if somebody broke into your house and was stealing your things and was stealing your kids and your most precious items, you would arrest them. They're robbing you. When people steal things from you, like your belief and like your future, you want to arrest them. So when people make you have belief that is not okay, you need to arrest them and get on with it, Sorry, I'm just, and it's just saying like, don't betray yourself and correct it. We all have the same time. Where can we find more time to correct these things? If we weren't wasting time, Netflix wouldn't even exist. Oh, and another thing my stuff's going to be all over the place because I'm just going to like go from my notes, but stop buying new planners and fill the ones up that you have. That really soaked up to me because I literally have like 5 planners in my office and they're all empty. And I feel like people do that because like we want all the cute planners, but then like we fill up like maybe a page or 2 and forget about it. I have a lot of stuff actually. So one of the things that I got out of the Ruby and Senior Ruby training, Celeste Gwynn talked a lot about branding. And I loved a lot of the things that she said about branding. And I think Shirley touched on this a little bit, just about not posting negative things because it's attracting the wrong people. And she was basically saying like, don't be fake, but we all have struggles. Like she was talking about her mom has Alzheimer's and, she's her number one caretaker, and she could really, really let that get her down. And her Facebook could be very, very negative, but she chooses to be positive about that. Her mom remembers her name still. Her mom lives right next door to her. Like she thinks of the positive and counts her blessings instead of, just feeding on that negative. And then, posting also, like when you're posting positive things and you're like, we all want to attract those people that are positive. Like, because let's be realistic, guys, those are the people that are the good business builders because people are attracted to them because they're positive. So if we want to attract those type of people, we have to be that person so they are attracted to us so we can build relationships with us because we'll connect with them in whatever way because of that. And then I wrote this down because this was kind of funny to me. She literally posted up a picture And it was a Plexus Slim in one hand and a cheeseburger in the other hand. And it was basically saying, if you want your brand to take you serious, that you don't want to be posting about like how you're at Burger King or whatever. If you want people to take you serious, and she gave examples like, if you want to go, when you go to the dentist, you want the dentist with the prettiest smile. If you go, if you're going to the gym, like you want the guy with the 6-pack to train you, so when people want health and wealth supplements, they're coming to us and they expect to be able to like trust us. So like if we're posting that we're eating McDonald's every night, like clearly they aren't going to trust us to be their health coach. So that stuck out for me too. I cried like literally like I probably at least 10 times in convention. Like it was so crazy. And this is my 3rd convention and I thought I would be a little like softer this time. And like I was crying day one, like Kristen said, as soon as I got in there, like before they even started talking, like I think it was just a blank stage with nothing. Like it's just the feeling of being there. Like you really can't even explain it unless you go. So I encourage everyone to start saving to go because it's crazy. And one more thing I want to share, and this is it. Sorry. What is your energy signature? Les Brown talked about like what your energy signature is. And I think that that's so huge because like I was saying, what people see on your Facebook, like you're not just representing your Facebook. Like now that you're with Plexus, you're representing Plexus as a company and you're representing your own brand. And I think that a lot of people should take that really serious, maybe more serious than they do, because it's important. And I don't really take it as being fake because with Plexus, I have done a lot of self-development with Plexus. Like if you knew me 3.5 years ago, like I'm a totally different person. And it's because I worked on myself and I worked on self-development. So I don't feel like I'm being fake, but pushing to be a better person makes you a better person. So there's nothing to be ashamed about that. And the only last thing I'm going to say, sorry guys, this is good though. I can't leave this out. If you are only working your business to sell weight loss and not health and wellness, you are basically working yourself right out of a job, because what's going to happen is people that come for just weight loss and they don't want anything else, they're going to lose that weight and then they're going to ask you how to cancel their membership. And you don't want that to happen. So you want to, lead your business with the health and wellness, not just weight loss. And one more thing, sorry. I love this. They said that we're 3 years ahead of the game, that Plexus is 3 years ahead of the game out of all of the other companies. I don't know about you guys, but that got me pretty excited because it just builds your confidence to know that you're a part of a company that is 3 years ahead of the game. And people that don't know what microbiome is now, they will in 5 years. And then they'll be wishing that they were on our side.
Absolutely.
That's all. I'll shut up now.
Just like Sarah, just like when we started in ProBio, we're nurses. I mean, we're nurses and we're like, ProBio, like probiotics, like what the heck? And Charles said, like, timing is everything. Like this is our time. This is we're in the right place, the right time. This is where the world needs us. And I mean, who would have, oh my gosh, it's incredible. We have Pete that's going to jump on and he's going to share. Okay, guys, our products are amazing. Our company's amazing. They blew it out of the water. But let me tell you, if you ever had any single doubt that you could do this, that you could train an ambassador, or that you could talk to a prospect, or that you could follow up. Oh my Lord, how many of us say we're good we follow up like we're supposed to. The tools that they released to us this week they're just, like I said today in one of my messages, it's like you just bought your first iPhone or your first other top electronic device that you could have possibly dreamed up, and opened it up for the first time and realized everything that it did, everything that was that fantastic. And that's what Plexus has released to us this week, and they did not stop. It just kept coming. So Pete's going to share a little bit about all the tools that they've released to us. He'll probably have to unmute himself. Let's see.
Okay. Are we good now?
Yes.
Okay. So, guys, it's good to be here, and we're excited. I've got my wife, Tammy, sitting here next to me. And, yeah, like Lori said, I'm just going to share for a few minutes a little bit of the information that we learned about the new tools and apps that Plexus is providing for us as ambassadors. You know, what I've heard so far this evening has been phenomenal, and this was our first convention. It was just such an amazing experience for both of us, and I wish we were still back there, to be honest with you, you know, and I was thinking about that today. Man, it'd be good to be back in Vegas, you know. So at any rate, you know, one of the big things that I took away from this convention is that, guys, we've got a corporate leadership that has such a genuine vision and goal in mind to, you know, position Plexus as not only the leader in network marketing, but also as a leader in the technology that drives this business. And you guys know as well as I do, technology changes every day, and it's so hard to keep up with it. And the things that they have done have just been incredible. And you know, it impressed me when I saw Mike Green come on stage. They hired him a little over a year ago, I believe, as the CIO, the Chief Information Officer. And I recognized the name because I remember a couple years back, I was reading a business success magazine, and it had in the front cover, it listed the top 40 under 40. And that was, you know, the top 40 business executives out there in the country today that were under the age of 40 years of age. And guess what? Mike Green was one of these top 40 individuals. So I remembered the name from back a couple years ago. So the fact that Plexus has brought this caliber of an individual on board to manage and oversee the digital marketing campaign for this corporation, for us as ambassadors, is incredible, because this guy has been sought after and chased by some of the big network marketing companies across the world, to be honest with you. But I believe he saw the vision that the leadership had with Plexus, and he saw the growth, and he saw the way Plexus was positioning themselves in this industry, and he wanted to be part of that. So we should be totally excited that we have this kind of caliber of individual that is working with us. And in this past year, we saw some of his team on stage, and they presented some of the new things that are going on. Folks, you know, this team is incredible, and we should be very excited about what is being made available to us. Thea said at the very beginning, we are part of something much bigger than what we even realize. And, you know, I think we have to pinch ourselves at times. So the foundation is there to take us into the future. There was a good bit of time dedicated on stage about sharing the tools that are available now and what's going to be available in the near future. There's been some conversation tonight already about the back office. The back office is undergoing just a complete revision. They're designing a whole new platform, and one of the big pieces of information here is that it's going to be mobile ready. Now, mobile ready means what? It means that it's making sure that everything that's on our website is going to be accessible and usable across all devices. Right now, if you go into your back office, the layout or the format may look a little bit different depending on whether you're on your iPad or your smartphone or your laptop or your desktop, whatever the case might be. And Tammy and I have run into that. You know, we're on the couch and she's sitting with her iPad and I've got my laptop, and we're in the back office and the format doesn't look the same. Well, they're making it mobile ready. So what that means, folks, and this is big for us, that no matter what device you're using, the back office is going to look the same. It's going to work the same no matter what device you're using. Okay, so this new platform actually, I think, is scheduled to be launched by the end of summer, within the next 2 or 3 months. And we got a sneak peek of that. We got a chance to look at some of the dashboard screens. It is absolutely incredible. It's not going to be set up under the Excel format, which a lot of us aren't used to using Excel, and it's going to be much more user-friendly. So that's huge news for us as far as running our business and being able to access our back office no matter what device we have. The team, one of the things that impressed me also, again, guys, was that the team has been researching tons of different websites, not only within our industry, but across other industries too, to see what's working out there in terms of digital marketing. Some of the other areas of change that they mentioned was that they're looking at the terminology that's being used, using terminology that's going to be more up to date. One of the big examples was that when we enroll someone as an ambassador, the $34.95 that they pay, it's going to be referred to as a subscription rather than an annual membership fee. Again, they're following suit with what some of the huge digital marketing businesses like Amazon and Wayfair are doing, and it's working out there. So they're looking at things like that. They're looking at the enrollment screens for ambassadors and customers. They're going to be, again, much more user-friendly. Have any of us ever had any problems, signing up somebody as an ambassador, as we're going through the process and it just, freezes up on us? So they're looking at those types of things. And again, being focused on making it very user-friendly for us as ambassadors. A couple of the big tools, and again, we've seen some posts already on Facebook, and some has been mentioned here tonight, but the first one that's really big is the Rank Up Roadmap in our back office. It's very simple to get to it. If you haven't had a chance to look at it, you go to your back office, you click the tab that says Training, and then you click Rank Up Roadmap. And one of the first things that comes up, guys, is this amazing video that is hosted by the Diamond Ambassadors who have designed this roadmap for us. It's designed to help us step by step in moving up in the ranks in the business. The roadmap provides online training and development at each ranking level with step-by-step modules. It's amazing. The first one, obviously, is the silver rank module. It's available right now, and the other ranks are going to be loaded very soon in the near future. But, it's my recommendation that each and every one of us goes through this process. If you're Tammy and I, we just ranked up to gold last month, but, we have full intentions of going through this roadmap ourselves, going through the exercise of going through the silver modules and learning what's involved in that. Because, I want to know, as we bring you ambassadors on board, what they're going to be going through as far as the training, and it's good for us to have that experience. Very simply, it creates consistency and duplication in the system for us, guys. And the other powerful tool, the number two, that was very, very big announced at convention was Lexi by Plexus. Absolutely amazing as far as technology is concerned. It's a digital virtual assistant that helps keep pace of our follow-ups with prospects, with customers, and you ambassadors. We're also very, very busy, especially those of us that are working full-time jobs and are working on trying to build the Plexus business alongside. So to have a tool out there that helps us to create consistent follow-up for our customers, for our prospects, for our ambassadors is amazing, and you can tweak this, you can customize it, you can make it your own. The training videos that are in the app are amazing. And again, I encourage everybody to take advantage of this. It's a very small investment, and it's very worthwhile. So, we've got such powerful tools that have been designed and put together for us, guys. You've got the Rank Up Roadmap for the training that's going to be consistent, and you've got Lexi that provides the consistent follow-up for us. And in my mind, the combination of those two tools working together, you can't go wrong, and it's just going to help us build our business tremendously. So at any rate, that's about it. Just exciting information out there. I encourage everybody to check out these tools. And as like I said, folks, we're part of an organization that is focused on its ambassadors, on you and me, providing us with the support, the tools, and especially the latest in technology to not only assist our business, but to help us reach our goals. And we're so very excited to be part of it.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys are taking really big notes, because Pete said a lot of good points, and every single thing, like that needs to be on your list of things to do, because that's going to get you to every step that you want in your business. And if you have not downloaded Lexi yet, make sure you get signed up for her. Everything else is in our back office. So it's just unbelievable. And we'll be having more trainings and going over more of that stuff later. This is just kind of, we're throwing it all at you like it was thrown all at us.
Yeah. Amen.
That was incredible. Jeff is going to get on here, and Jeff and Michelle were at convention with us and share some of their takeaways and their feelings.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Good to see you all. I know I get in front of you guys every day, but not usually 100 at a time. So
And we love it.
hopefully you guys are doing great. I mean, gosh, so much good things have been said so far. I will just probably be a little quicker just to add my 2 cents on. I just want to first off second the church feeling that was there. God is totally present in this company, and a lot of our stories, if we had time, we'd go through every single one of these 100 people's testimonies, and I bet the vast majority, 95% of them, if not more, would have God bringing Plexus into their lives. It's been there in the past. I mean, 2 years ago, a memory just popped up on my Facebook page about someone getting baptized in Arizona, at the Arizona convention, at the Phoenix convention. So, I mean, it's always been there, but this year it was like on stage and like present, like in your face present, not like happening behind the scenes in the hotel pool or anything like that. I mean, it was like in your face, and I really appreciated that, especially in a city like Vegas that's so not my cup of tea. It's kind of so dark and depressing when you actually leave MGM, to me anyways. I know other people get a different feeling when they go out on the streets of Vegas, but for me, I just can't help think of everything else that kind of goes on in that city. So to have that feeling right in the heart really told me that I was in the right place. So that was really awesome. Gosh, what else? Men of Plexus. I know you women didn't get to go to our super secret meeting in the morning at 7 o'clock. You all were doing your hair and your makeup while we were business strategizing as men. But no, I really like to see. I went last year as well to the Men of Plexus meeting in the morning, and that was insane because they didn't get a nearly big enough room for us last year. This year they got smart, got a big enough room for the Men of Plexus, and we about packed all those seats too. They set up enough chairs for 3,500. I think we were at least over 2,000 strong for Men of Plexus, so that was awesome to see. Rob Heffley, Tim Thomas, Eric Paul.
Tim Thomas told me that it was 3,000.
Yeah, I mean, I was guessing. I knew we were over 2. So, yeah. And last year it was maybe 1,500 or so. Just kind of estimating. So, I mean, to go to between 2,000 and 3,000 was insane to see that growth. And Victor Antonio just giving us some real intimate training as well there as Men of Plexus. So it's just really, if we all say it, if you have a gut, you need Plexus. So that includes guys. All right. So that includes all of us. Gosh, and probably my last thought, and it was just hilarious. It was in Tarl's speech, and I love hearing Alec and Tarl talk because I've come to appreciate their awkwardness. It's funny. Yeah. The first time I saw them, I'm like, how are these guys in charge of our company? But over time, I just love their awkwardness and their realness. They're just real people. Okay, so Tarl's up there, and he's talking about the old Slim a little bit, the original Slim. And he's like, I guess I didn't realize there was such a big deal with the taste and how it shook up. And he's just like, when I heard those things, I would just say, shut up and drink it. Yeah. And that's how I feel, because some people are not going to like this new taste of the new Slim. Okay. And they're going to be wishing they had the original Slim, whatever. I mean, with all these new health benefits that we have with all of these products, just shut up and take it. You're going to feel amazing. The taste you're going to get over in about 30 seconds anyways. Sorry it doesn't taste like beer and soda and all those other things, and it's actually healthy for you. But I love that Tarl just kind of laid it out in front of 12,000 people and just was like, shut up and drink it. So that stood out to me. It's what we all think, but he got up there and said it. So that's awesome.
It was awesome.
I don't have a whole lot to add because a lot of people have really said what I've been thinking all along. But when Jeff talked about like God being present, I mean, honestly, I'm going to start crying. The moment it started, I could feel it. I'm talking like the drummers were drumming and I was like, holy cow, God is here in Sin City covering our company with everything he has. and it never stopped. It only got higher and higher and higher each day. I mean, I felt his presence in my hotel room to the point where this is crazy. I was like half dressed and like about laying on the floor because it was just so strong. And I felt like, I mean, I had to freaking redo my mascara, and that was like my big day. So I was like, okay, but it was just so strong. And I feel like this is where I want to be, not only with Plexus, who is doing amazing things for people, but because God's covering is on it. And so you want to be at convention next year from the moment it starts, but there's another event coming up soon, Leaders Retreat, that you definitely want to be at as well, because you want to be where we're all at. You want to be where God is. You want to be where the strong leadership is. And my advice is just don't miss those things, because it's worth the hundreds of dollars to get to convention. It's worth the $15 that you're going to spend on 2 scrambled eggs and a piece of toast for breakfast. I'm telling you, like, you want to be there. You want to do the work. You want to earn the things that are going to get you. Because on top of that, this is just popping in my head and it's kind of off topic, but this company is generous and they spoil us. And for convention, the top earners get to go to this amazing private island. I'm a nerd. I'm a numbers person. I Googled to figure out how much is this going to cost them. And let me just tell you how generous our company is. For one night, for one person to stay on that hotel or in that island, it costs minimum $35,000 for one person for one night. And they are sending 25 people for days. This is how generous our company is. And so I'm just blessed to be a part of it. Like, thank God for those Hardee's chicken sandwich cravings that brought me to Plexus. So that's what I have to say.
Hardee's chicken sandwiches.
Oh, I couldn't have said it any better. That was
When we stretched our hands out towards Tarl and Alec, like, we do that at church and just speak blessing, because when 2 or 3 people are gathered together, like, that's where, and there was 12,000, 13,000 of us, and not everybody goes to church and not everybody believes that way. But even if you didn't, you were in that room and you couldn't help but feel that power. And so just like you guys said, when God's in it, it's going to be blessed, because it's about, if we're making it about him. So it's not about how much product we sell, or, it's not about us. It's something bigger than us. And when you grasp that, I think that's when your business is going to succeed, because you're under that protection of God and that blessing of God. So that was just amazing. I've never been to, like, not the secular, but like a secular setting like that, or a corporate setting like that, where something that amazing and that powerful happens. So that was really impressionable to me too. And kind of like you guys said, making, just, I'm in the right spot at the right time. So
Kristen,
that was
that
pretty
was kind of the very first convention that I went to. I joined in April, and then the convention was the first week of June. And I knew that there was just, I knew that I knew that I knew, and I couldn't describe it. But then when I went to convention, there was 2,000. There was just 2,000 people at that convention in New Orleans. Never been to anything like that in my life. I've been to business meetings, but the presence of God, the confirmation that he gave me, almost audibly, like, this is it. This is why you're here. This is it. And that's when I told my husband, I'm not going to be a nurse anymore. This is like my purpose. And everyone that is involved in Plexus has a purpose, and it's absolutely amazing. And this convention, it was compounded by a trillion times. It was just,
well, I know I told you personally, but like, my daughter's 6 and she wants to go to Disney, and so bad I thought, 3 days, I'll try to get her there this year, with Vegas for myself, and my husband had a business trip, and we have a family, the money was just in my head. And when they announced where we were going for Leaders Retreat, I like bursted into tears, because I feel like God knows the desires of our heart and knows where we want to be, and he's going to make it happen if we're following and listening to him. and something as simple as taking my 6-year-old to Disney. So I'm super pumped. I'm earning that convention no matter what, because I've already told her, or the leaders. But yes, it is like, you know, it's just like, it just confirms to you again, another confirmation like that. So if you didn't get there this year, get to the events, because if you're ever doubting yourself, and you know, you're going to get confirmation that this is where you need to be. So I'm done talking. I'll mute myself.
No, Kristen started crying, and me and Shirley were sitting next to her, and we look over at her, and then me and Shirley started crying. We're like, we don't even know why we're crying. We're just crying.
I know. Let's see, Kara and Jamie, I know I want you guys to share just a little bit, just touch on just a little bit of your takeaways, either one of you.
Okay. Wow, there's just so much. And this has been since 2013. I mean, we've been at every event, every leaders retreat, every convention. And I have to say, this one like blew us away. It was by far the best convention ever. Just so much information. And then, I'm going to tell y'all, you know, y'all were talking about how you could feel God in there, and you could. Every one of these is like that. You can always feel God in the room with you every time. And for us, for me especially, Plexus was an answer to a prayer. It was a prayer that I started praying in the beginning of 2013. That was answered in April of 2013, and just gets confirmed every time we go, and every year just keeps getting confirmed over and over again. And I mean, what's not to be excited about? We've got Lexi, we've got new Consistency Club, 300, 500, 700 Consistency Club. And guys, those requirements are not hard. There is no reason that everybody shouldn't be in the 700 Club. Everybody should make it. It is easy. We've got Leaders Retreat in Orlando to look forward to. We've got Aspire training in the back office under Success on Demand. We've got the Rank Up Roadmap. We've got all of this training. The new back office is coming. There's just so much, but I wanted to cover one thing because several of you have already stole what I was going to talk about. So we're going to talk about Kendra Hall. Which actually for me, Kendra Hall was really good, and it kind of tied some things together for me. She is a professional storyteller, and she covered kind of the irresistible power of strategic storytelling. Why does storytelling work so well? Because it's a science. When you tell a story, people remember it because it releases cortisol, it releases oxytocin, and it makes those memorable because the listener creates those images in their mind. They feel the oxytocin, which is the feel good hormone there. So the thing that you need to learn is you need to actually tell your story, not allude to your story. Sometimes, we don't let people, we talked about this last night over at Lori's. I got in, I had been home like a half hour from, this nearly 4,000 mile trip, and immediately we unloaded the car and went back to Lori's to kind of go over all this. And like she said, we really didn't get a lot done, but we just had to talk. A lot of us don't tell our story. We allude to it. We give people a glimpse. We've been taught to be private. Private things are private, but we keep our hurts, we keep our disappointments, we keep all those things locked up, and we don't let people know what it is that drives us. The thing is, a lot of those same things may drive someone else, and they're looking for someone to connect with that has that same story. Last night, Sarah was like, she goes, I was a teenage mom. I was a single mom. I was a married mom. I was a divorced mom. I've been all these things. That's her story. And she's like, but nobody ever knows that about me, because she needs to tell her story. For me, I don't have that story like that, but I was a nurse. I was a young mom. We married young. We had kids right away. We didn't go to school for 10 years, Then we became a nurse and have worked, and now we're doing this. But it all becomes part of your story, and there are things that you can, take away. It doesn't have to be big. It's not the magnitude of the story that matters, it's that you tell it. So it doesn't matter what your story is. And that was one of the things that she said. She goes, I got up and talked about when she opened her time of speaking, she talked about, when she was in 5th grade and her best friend was a popular girl and nobody ever paid attention because she was invisible. Who doesn't feel that way? We all felt like that in 5th grade, right? Every one of it. So you need to find your story, and the first thing you do is make a list of your first. What was some of the first things that you did? Number 2 is when you were nervous, but you took the plunge anyway. What was a story about that? Something that you were nervous about, but you did it anyway. Number 3 was a story of the one who got away. We all have the story of the one who got away, right? Everybody does. Now this one's probably mine. The time when someone said that I couldn't do something. I've got 100 stories. Right, Lori? Yeah. You want to see me do something, you tell me I can't because I'm going to do it and I'm going to show you how. But another thing was the moment your why was born. And those are the heart stories. So part of my story was, so I prayed in 2013 for this to come along. And in April of 2013, I was introduced to Plexus. It fell in our lap. Within 2 weeks, I knew this was the answer to my prayer. So even though we have been on a roller coaster for the last 4 years, there's never been a doubt because it was always an answer to a prayer. That fall, when I hit Ruby and was able to leave my job, my mother-in-law was diagnosed with, she had been diagnosed, but we actually found out that her cancer that we thought was in remission was not. And we were able, Tom and I both, able to leave our jobs and be her nurse for the last 6 months of her life. That wouldn't have happened without Plexus. That's part of our story. The other part is, as many of you know, in the last year, I spent sitting in a hospital room with my mom and my sister last year. Wouldn't have happened without Plexus. I wouldn't have been there. So don't be afraid to tell your story because, you never know who it's going to touch. You never know, what it's going to mean to someone else. I don't even know what else to say, but just think about what your story is. Make sure you write it down, work through it, and just be able to tell it.
That's awesome. Thank you. We need, every one of us need to hear that. That's great.
You're gonna have me over here crying, Jamie. I do. I think one of the things that I know, like Mom mentioned at the beginning, Jamie really also kind of touched on is like talking about your story and stuff, but just giving yourself the freedom to really be yourself. And I just kind of wanted to I guess touch on that again and hoping that sinks into a lot of people, because I just know in my own personal journey, that's one thing that I've really struggled with is because instead of having my head forward all the time, it's really easy to get caught up in the comparison mode and think that you have to do this and be that and all of that stuff. So if you can just, not worry about that and keep those blinders on and keep moving forward and knowing that you are enough and that is okay, and that you can do this whatever way is right for you, then you're going to get a lot further, because I know Mom has also had those struggles and Jamie's had those struggles too, because we have been in it for a long time, and we've kind of just, instead of just always doing what works for us, we've kind of let ourselves get off track at times to try to do what somebody else is doing because we felt like we had to be better or whatever. But one of the things, just
again, like so many great things have been said on this call, and you guys have done an incredible job summarizing it up. But just like knowing and building that belief again that this really is worth it, and like we are ahead of the game by so much, and these products are absolutely changing people's lives. Opportunity is changing people's lives, and do whatever you have to do to continue to build your belief in that. And just touching on Consistency Club again, it's so hard for people to think long term. It is hard for people to think big. It's hard for people to dream big just because we've been beat down so much and we have so much negativity in our mind. So that's why I personally was so excited about this Consistency Club, because they've changed it and they've added it to where, you know, you've got 1 and 1 and 300, or 2 and 2 and 500, or 3 and 3 and 700 to get the Consistency Club. So if you can just focus on those short-term goals every single month, then you're going to be building your business. You're going to rank to silver. You're going to rank to gold and things like that, because that's how you do it, by adding people to your team. So if you can just focus on the short-term goals, it's going to help you get to the long-term goals. So I definitely feel like that's something that everybody should be shooting for. And exactly like Jamie said, like the 700 Consistency Club is really doable. I mean, that's 3 customers and 3 ambassadors and $700 in PV. Like that's, I mean, that should be something that we're striving for every single month. It's what we're training our team every single month to go silver and stuff like that. So I feel like it's a really easy goal to hit. And Leaders Retreat, I was like Kristen, I was so excited because we've had Leaders Retreat in Orlando one other time. But during that Leaders Retreat, my husband's sister got married. So my family stayed behind and I went by myself. But it was, so Grace has literally been like begging me to go to Disney World, like for the last month, probably. Like she just keeps bringing it up and keeps saying like, Mom, when are you going to take me to Disney World? And I literally, like right before we left for Vegas, I had a conversation with her. I was like, honey, like it's going to be a long time before we ever go to Disney World, because you're going to have to be older. Jack's our child on the way. Like I want him to be older. I was like, unless Plexus sends us there, and then you'll get to go sooner. So I was able to like call her as soon as we found out where Leaders Retreat was. I was like, Mommy gets to take you to Disney World. And she was so excited. So that's definitely it's worth working for, though. Like even if you're not into Disney World, just getting to those events that Plexus has, like that's something that you need to be at, and it's something that you guys need to experience for sure. And just earn, like just believe in yourself enough to work hard enough to earn it. Like that's all you have to do. It's doable. All you need to do is just break it down to what you need to do, and break it down into what we always say, like you got your monthly and your weekly stuff. Don't just kind of say you want to get there and not have a clue how you're going to do it. Just figure it out and do it and work for it. Like, right. And if you work for it, you're going to do it. Jamie, Mom, myself, all 3 of us earned Leaders Retreat our very first year with Plexus. Mom won the $5,000 shopping spree her first year. But we all earned it and we started out, like, we didn't even have a team whenever we went.
We were silver, when they announced Leaders Retreat. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I had 5 ambassadors when I started. Yeah. The first Leaders Retreat when it was announced. We didn't even know what we were doing.
No. I don't even think I had that. I think I had just hit silver is what I was. And
right.
So, like, if we could do it then, we all can do it now.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's exactly, I mean, with the new products, there is no reason that everybody can't be there. It's only 775 credits or point credits to get there. Yeah, there's no reason that you can do it on PV alone if you just really work, and that's not even counting the customers that you're going to get on top of that. It's crazy. It's so easy to achieve.
Yeah, and especially if you're shooting for that Consistency Club, like we cannot repeat that to you enough, especially the 700 Club. I mean, when you're talking, 3 customers, 3 ambassadors, that 700 PV, oh my gosh, talk about setting yourself up for success, like a true success. With residual income that builds and builds and builds. And I mean, it's more than you could possibly imagine. So
look at that chart again and again and again and get these simple little goals in your head. And for Leaders Retreat, we have a special page for all of our team that is serious and really wants to go to Leaders Retreat and is willing to make a plan and push for it. So if you're one of those people, make sure that you get with your upline and find out how you can get in that page. Jamie,
I want to cover one thing with for Leaders Retreat. Make sure that you're making a plan. Don't just kind of go out and do it just willy-nilly and not know where you are and not know how many people or points you need each month or how you're going to earn those. Make a plan and work for it. Figure out how many, what you want to achieve on that. Not just that $775 to go. Yeah. Shoot for the next thing up. You know, the $100 fun cash or $150 or whatever it is. Shoot for that. Shoot for that. You know, the trip to Disney. They're paying for it. You know, take your family. You get to take 3 people with you. So set your goals up here because, you know, even if you don't achieve like the $3,000 shopping spree, you could achieve all of those, you know, all of those. But, you know, I'm shooting for the $3,000 shopping spree. So.
And in the meantime, while you're building toward those particular goals and you're shooting for that Leaders Retreat, you're building an incredible business. And you're going to get there and you're going to turn around and you're going to go, whoa, oh my gosh, like how incredible.
I have to second, Lori, you remember this. My first year, I missed Leaders Retreat by 5 points because I was not paying attention. I did not even know what Leaders Retreat was, but I was working, but I just wasn't plugged in enough to know what was going on. And I missed it by like 5 points. It was crazy.
Yeah. So nice. I know that this is we're wrapping up. We're like way over on time. It is, what time is it, guys?
10:27.
Okay, well, 9:27. Okay. I mean, there's so many people on here. I know Kim and Mary, and there's like lots of people that probably have like something that they might want to say really fast. And then I want to close with just one little thing that I got from my diamond workshop. And then, like I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg. You will be getting more detailed trainings from us in our groups and things that we're doing. Kim, do you want to? I'm looking over I have another computer set up with everything on here too, looking sideways. Kim, do you have some stuff that you want to share with your experience?
Write down your goals. I'm telling you, I've already sent Thera and everybody else. When I talk about write down your goals, I don't know if anybody can see this. Hold on, please. One moment, please. Well, anyway, it's on my screensaver, the $3,000 shopping spree and the Disney. Because you have to claim it or it's not going to be yours. Right. Convention, this is my 3rd convention, and I don't even know how to explain it. It was just, words can't explain it. And for me, I've already downloaded Kendra Hall's book because I related to her because I am a storyteller. I love to tell stories, and I want to perfect it because it's a skill that's free. And so, and that's what I try to share to the team because I have my own Leaders Retreat group that we're doing, and we're talking about share your story. And one of the things that Les Brown even touched on, we've heard it a million gazillion times, is that facts tell, stories sell. And you have to remember that. People are not going to know what acrobancia is or XOS or anything like that. All you need to do is tell them that this is the bomb diggity and they need it. And so that's what I've done. And Consistency Club, I'm here to tell you, Consistency Club's super easy this year. Last year was not. This year is super easy. I just need one more ambassador, and I've already got 700 Consistency Club this month.
Whoop, whoop. All right.
So it's the 7th of June. So anyone can do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Anybody else really fast? Mary,
Carol? I know.
I have like something really quick. If nobody else wants to go. I just wanted to talk. Well, first of all, I don't know if anybody heard this, but Les Brown said he's been taking Plexus, and I remember him in convention in Arizona and seeing him at convention. He is a lot smaller, and then he mentioned that he was taking Plexus and how much he loved it. Like, that spoke a lot to me because I'm like, he's like a superstar, and he's taking Plexus. And then another thing, when we're talking about Alec and Tarl, and I literally trust them with everything. Like, I know that wherever they take this business, I'm in. Like, I completely 100% trust them, and I know they're kind of like goofy on stage and stuff, and they're funny, but like, they're amazing, and we are so lucky to have them. Alec came on stage and introduced Tarl, and he was just talking about like how they've been friends forever, and how Tarl is such a great guy, and he treats Alec and his family like family from the beginning. And Alec literally like started crying on stage, and you could tell that it was not like put on at all. And I just love so much that like they're so genuine, and you can see it. Like, they don't even plan it. Like, they're just so genuine, and you know it and you see it. The last thing really quick, Celeste Gwynn told us to download this app. It's called Showme, and it's for hashtags. I don't know if somebody already mentioned that or not, but it's for hashtags. And say you want to hashtag stuff that's health and wellness, you just type in health and wellness, and then it'll have like the top 10 health and wellness hashtags. So you can just like copy and paste it and put it in your Instagram or whatever. But that's all. I'll shut up now.
Anybody else really quick? Okay. So I want you all to kind of look around. I mean, I know this is like we're on the computer and it's late at night. And there are tons and tons and tons of our team members that couldn't be on here, but this is our team. This is our team. This is who we are. This is who we're around. This is who we cheer for. And then it even extends further and further and further with Plexus. And one thing that I got out of my diamond workshop, which was just a phenomenal meeting. But Brooke Hemingway, which I totally adore so much, she got up there and shared some of her really just, I mean, nailed it. Just shared right down to every single little thing. And I was like, yeah, we do that. Yeah, we do that. That's what our team looks like. We do that. Chats. I mean, it was incredible. And then I've got so many great notes and so many things that I'm going to share with everybody. But one thing that was said that we talked about, and she didn't say this, but it was one of the slides, and it talks about connection. Many people don't realize that multi-level marketing companies are successful because they help people satisfy a number of important human needs, including feeling significant, having connections, learning something new, and making a difference. I have heard people in network marketing say again and again, I'm doing this because I'm meeting amazing people, making so many connections, and I feel so good about myself. It's by Daria Brzezinski, PhD. And another thing that Brooke said, team culture eats strategy for breakfast. And that is the honest truth. And then when you heard Kara and some of us talk about to be free and to really own your freedom of why you're here, you were put here for a reason to be in Plexus. You were put on my team because God built my team. You're here for a reason. I have no single doubt about that. Be free to be yourself. Be free to know that you're in the most incredible company with the most amazing products, with the most amazing team, and be you. Share your story, connect with your team, rally around each other, and let's push each other to everywhere that we want to go, because we can do this. And I am just so thankful for every single one of you. I adore you. And this year is going to be like, I didn't even know it could get any better than what it already has gotten. And this year is going to blow everyone's mind. And if you're not connected, if you need to be connected, if you think you're missing something or whatever, get with your team and get with us, and we'll make it happen. Figure out what's missing. But the tools in the back office, this is all part of it. It's all part of our journey. It's all part of what we're doing. The Aspire, look that up. It's under the training
under Success for Demand, it's in there. Aspire. Start with that. Rank Up Roadmap. Get Lexi. Those are, and then make your plan for Leaders Retreat, because there was like 90 of us that were at convention. Every single one of us are going to be at Leaders Retreat. And I know that there's, all of us have at least probably 5 right now that are going with us. So we're going to, I mean, it's going to be the most amazing trip that you could possibly imagine. And it's really not even about that. It's everything that we're doing on the journey to get there. So thank you all so much for hopping on tonight. And I'm sure none of us will sleep tonight. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good night.
Jeez.
Sarah, you're so pretty. Your face just popped up.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Night.